Daniel, Part 2. The Handwriting on the Wall. King Belshazzar made a great feast. 1,000 of his lords and 1,000 of his lords and drank wine in front of the 1,000. Belshazzar, when he tasted the wine, commanded that the vessels of gold and of silver that Nebuchadnezzar his father had taken out of the temple in Jerusalem be brought. They drank wine and praised the gods of gold and silver, bronze, iron, wood, and stone. Immediately the fingers of a human hand appeared and wrote on the plaster. Then the king's color changed and his thoughts alarmed him. His limbs gave way and his knees knocked together. Then all the king's wise men came in, but they could not read the writing or make known to the king the interpretation. And the queen declared, "This is a man, your father, made him chief of the magicians and enchanters, Chaldeans and astrologers. Daniel, whom the king named Belteshazzar. Now let Daniel be called, and he will show the interpretation." Daniel interprets the handwriting. "But I have heard that you can give interpretations and solve problems. Now, if you can read the writing and make known to me its interpretation, you shall be clothed with purple and have a chain of gold around your neck and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. But you have lifted up yourself against the Lord of heaven and the vessel you have drunk wine from." Then from his presence the hand was sent, and this writing was inscribed: Mean, Tekel, and Parson. This is the interpretation of the matter. Mean, God has numbered the days of your kingdom and brought it to an end. Tekel, you have been weighed in balances and found wanting. Perez, your kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Parisians. Then Belshazzar gave the command, and Daniel was clothed with purple, that he should be the third ruler. That very night Belshazzar the Chaldean was killed, and Darius the Mede received the kingdom, being about 62 years old. Daniel and the Lion's Den. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 satraps to be throughout the whole kingdom, and over the 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was one, to whom these satraps should give account, so that the king might suffer no loss. Then this Daniel became distinguished above all the other presidents, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king planned to set him over the whole kingdom. Then the presidents and the satraps sought to find a ground for complaint against Daniel, but they could not find a ground for complaint. Agreed that the king should establish an ordinance and enforce an injunction that whomever makes a petition to any god or man for 30 days, except to you, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions. Therefore King Darius signed the document and injunction. Then they answered and said before the king, "Daniel, who is the son of the exiles from Judah, pays no attention to you." Then the king, when he heard these words, was much distressed and set his mind to deliver Daniel. "Know, O king, that it is the law of the Medes and the Parisians that no injunction or ordinance that the king establishes can be changed." Then the king commanded, and Daniel was brought and cast into the den of lions. The king declared to Daniel, "May your God, whom you serve, continually deliver you." Then the king went to his palace and spent the night fasting. Sleep fled from him. Then at break of day the king arose and went in haste to the den of lions. My God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths. Then the king was exceedingly glad, and commanded that Daniel be taken up out of the den. And the king commanded that those men whom had maliciously accused Daniel were brought and cast into the den of lions. They, their children, their wives, and before they reached the bottom, the lions overpowered them. Then King Darius wrote to all the people, I make a decree that in all my royal dominion people are to tremble and fear before the God of Daniel. So this Daniel prospered during the reign of Darius and the reign of Cyrus the Persian. Cyrus the Persian. Daniel's vision of the four beasts. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel saw a dream and visions of his head as he lay in his bed. I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of heavens were stirring up the great sea, and four great beasts came up out of the sea, first like a lion, and had eagle's wings. Wings were plucked off, made to stand on 2 feet like a man, and a mind of a man was given to it. Second one, a bear. It had 3 ribs in its mouth, was told, arise, devour much flesh, and behold, another like a leopard with 4 wings on its back. And the beast had 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. A fourth beast, terrifying and dreadful and exceedingly strong, it had great iron teeth, stamped what was left, had 10 horns. Behold, there came up among them another horn, a little one, before which 3 of the first horns were plucked up by the roots, and behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. The Ancient of Days reigns. As I looked, thrones were placed, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. His clothes was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. His throne was fiery flames, its wheels were burning fire. A stream of fire issued and came out from before him. 1,000,000 served him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The court sat in judgment, and the books were opened. I looked, and because of the sound of the great words that the horn was speaking, and as I looked, the beast was killed, and its body destroyed and given over to be burned with fire. As for the rest of the beasts, their dominion was taken away, but their lives were prolonged for a season and a time. The Son of Man is given dominion. I saw in the night visions, and behold, with the clouds of heaven there came one like a son of man. He came to the Ancient of Days, and was presented before him. And to him was given dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all the people, nations, languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom one that shall not be destroyed. Daniel's vision interpreted. I approached one of those who stood there and asked him the truth concerning all this. So he told me, these 4 great beasts are 4 kings who shall rise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, forever, and ever. Then I desired to know about the 4th beast, about the 10 horns, and the other horn, and a mouth that spoke great things. As I looked, this horn made war with the saints and prevailed over them, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given for the saints and the Most High, and the time came when the saints possessed the kingdom. Thus he said, as for the 4th beast, there shall be a 4th kingdom on earth, which shall be different from all the kingdoms. As for the 10 horns, out of this kingdom 10 kings shall rise, and another shall arise after them. He shall be different from the former ones, and shall put down 3 kings. He shall speak words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and shall think to change the times and the law, and they shall be given into his hand for a time, times, and half a time. His dominion taken away shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. Their kingdom shall be an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey them.